This is Support is Sexy, episode 204. Don't let anything or anyone hack your happiness. Welcome to Support is Sexy. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I interview inspiring women entrepreneurs who share their wins and their lessons to help you take your business and your life to the next level and create something sexy. Here we go. Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Support is Sexy. I'm happy to have you here. It just would not be the same without you. And I am happy too because I am choosing to be happy. Too often we forget that happiness is a choice. And the reason I am thinking about this today and talking to you about this today is because I've had a interesting past couple of days. Not a big deal, but for me, it felt like in the moment, the end of the world. My website, Elayne Fluker, has been down. There's some kind of database error. I thought at first it was hacking because that's happened to me before with other businesses and other websites. Called the security company. That's not what it is. It's something else. So I've been going back and forth with my hosting service, trying to figure it out, trying not to black out on them, but I know they're trying to help. But for an online business, as you can imagine, your website being down could drive you a little crazy. So I've been going through that or dealing with that, handling that, managing that for the past couple of days. Haven't been pushing people to the website. Folks are letting me know, and thank you all for letting me know that they're coming across this error. It'll be fine. It will all work out when it's supposed to work out. But what it made me think about during those moments when I felt tension, stressed, all of these things that come with, oh my goodness, this is not working how it's supposed to work. Everything's going to come tumbling down, which isn't what's going to happen, right? But in that moment, if you're like me, once you see it, it's like, oh no, what is happening? I got to figure this out. Especially, I think, because it's something that I can't fix by myself. I got to have support because support is sexy. Developers are sexy. So I have to tap into other people to help me. But in doing that, there's a lot of waiting. And the waiting is really the thing that kind of makes me, oh, but you got to wait for people to get back to you, people to check it out, people to let you know what's going on. But the beauty of this is that I got a podcast episode out of it because it started to make me think you cannot let anyone or anything hack your happiness. I thought about it because I thought about hacking and how it happens to so many people, so many websites. In fact, I had a conversation with the gentleman at my security company talking to him about hacking, which again, thankfully is not the case here, but it has happened before to me and a lot of other people. I'm sure some of you listening may have experienced this where someone hacks your website. Had the conversation with him saying this used to be that this just used to happen to huge companies. And he went on to tell me how there are whole areas of the country, or not areas of the country, areas of the world where there are villages supposedly that their whole commerce is about hacking, getting paid to hack whatever size site as long as you have good traffic, etc. A lot of technical talk. That's not what we're here to talk about. But I thought about, again, hacking and how we have control over our own happiness. And it's important in moments of challenge, resistance, obstacles, anything you come up against, to not allow anyone or anything to hack your happiness. Now, on the other side of this, we know we've heard about life hacks and biohacks and productivity hacks. All of those things are thought of hacking as a good way of getting around something or figuring something out. Shortcuts to doing things or more productive ways of doing things are also thought of as hacks. But when I talk about don't let anyone hack your happiness, I'm talking about don't let anyone disrupt your happiness. Don't let anyone take control of your happiness. You control your happiness. So I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things that I did within these moments to sort of recenter myself and get focused while going through this. It's still not resolved yet, so I won't be telling you to go to the website on this episode. Actually, I will be telling you to go to the website because I'm going to have faith that it will be fixed, if not now, very soon. But in any case, in these moments, I still tapped into a few things to make sure that I am remaining in control of my happiness. I also, interestingly enough, have been reading a lot more and hearing a lot more about Stoicism, getting more into that. And if you want to know more about that, you can look it up, Stoicism, just Google it and find out more about it. But this idea, too, of sort of remaining very centered, not letting the outer world control your emotion. So it was quite timely to start looking into more of that. Ryan Holiday is a great person whose books you can look up. Ego is the Enemy is the most recent one that I read. He also has The Obstacle is the Way. I'll have links to that when the website is back up so you can check those out. But when you're going through these moments, again, to avoid people trying to hack your happiness, first thing, focus on gratitude. You've heard it before. It might even sound cliche, but it's true. In moments of anxiety, chaos, things are getting crazy, or you feel like control is slipping away. And by control, I just mean other things are happening around you, trying to pull you in different directions. What are you most grateful for in this moment? For me, I always go straight to health. I am healthy, I am wise, I have a mind that can help figure out this problem, in this case, the website being down. What am I most grateful for? Start thinking right away, what are you most grateful for? Not even that it just has to relate to the thing that you're going through. Again, like I said, for me, I go straight to my health. What is it for you? Your health, and what else? What are other things that you're grateful for outside of that thing? Get centered with gratitude. The next thing, perspective. I also had to think about, okay, well, the site is down right now, but keeping it all in perspective, at least I'm excited that I have a site or anything that I'm so passionate about that I care that something is wrong with it and I really want to fix it. Also, perspective, I have backups of everything. So if, God forbid, everything is lost, which we're not going to say that it is, don't even put that energy out there. But if anything were to happen, I have backups of everything on my computer, on a hard drive, in documents. There's always a way to get that information again, or just starting fresh if that were necessary. Would that be the end of the world? Absolutely not. Would it be ideal? No, but it definitely would not be the end of the world. So keeping it all in perspective. Another thing, creativity. Get creative. How do you get around whatever that problem is, that obstacle is, that person is that is in your way? Get creative. Think of ways that you can get around it. For me, a very simple way, when I was thinking about, okay, how do I promote the content for the podcast and the different things I'm doing? Well, I can have links directly to the show, to the podcast episode when I'm posting it on social media. It's funny now even saying it. It's like, well, that's an easy fix. That was a small thing. Until you get the website up, you just link directly to But the reason I got to that point and away from the fear that something's wrong and I won't be able to fix it, I was able to shift and think of creative ways, even simple ways that I could get around that thing. And that made me feel much better. So for you, in the middle of the craziness or the chaos, or again, any obstacles or things that you face, how can you get creative? Maybe this is pushing you to think of a creative way to not only get around it, sometimes you actually end up finding a better way to do whatever it is. So remember to tap into your creativity. You're all creative. Keep in mind that you're creative because whatever you've done is something that you've created. And that's the thing that you care about and the thing that you're in this moment trying to take care of. So you want to figure out ways to be creative, get around the obstacles, move through the obstacles, ignore the people, whatever you have to do to not allow them to hack your happiness. Something else to think about, resilience. You're not going to give up. As I said that to myself, you are not going to give up. This is not the end of the world. You're resilient. You will figure this out. You will keep going. Now, for me, in the scope of the world, this is a small thing, not a huge deal. There are people facing much bigger problems, which doesn't make my problem any less of a problem, but keeping it in perspective, but then also applying resilience. You have to be resilient when these things happen because things are going to go wrong. Life is going to keep lifing, as they say. And resilience can look a lot of different ways. It could simply mean just not giving up, being resilient, going after the help, getting the support, of course. For me, it was calling the security company, getting on top of the hosting company, contacting them again and again, going back and forth with them, contacting my developer, really trying to figure it out. Be resilient. Do not give up whatever you want to go after, the thing that you want to achieve. It's there for you for a reason. You go after it. Do not give up. Remain resilient in the face of adversity, obstacles, people, anything that tries to get in the way between you and your happiness. And finally, I will admit, the past couple of days since the site went down, I've been still doing my thing, going out, meeting with people, doing whatever I have to do. But I have been feeling a little about it because in the back of my mind, I'm worried about the website and getting it going and getting it back up. And that everything really is not even that I'm worried about getting it, that just that everything is still there. All the content is still there. Everything is fine. That's the energy we're putting out there. We're going to hold on to that. But it does affect me because I'm human and I have an online business. So I care that my online platform is not cooperating right now. It has been a little bit of a meh feeling. What I want us to tap into, though, and what I remember to tap into, is joy. What brings you joy? We talked about gratitude. What also brings you joy? How can you do that thing in the midst of this moment? Now, if whatever you're going through obviously is some kind of physical illness or something like that, you might not be able to do it right now. What else can you do that brings you joy? There has to be something. Think of something. For me, I talk about often, at least on social media, I go for a run. So today I woke up bright and early without my alarm, or early for me, bright and early without my alarm, and I decided to go for a run. Running is a thing that no matter what brings me a lot of joy. Now, the funny thing is I didn't really, quote unquote, feel like going for a run because of this mood that I was in, but I felt like I needed it because I really wanted to capture that joy, something that really excites me and that makes me feel wonderful after I do it. Went for a run, did 4 miles, beautiful day, felt fantastic, expressed gratitude on my run, which is something else that I always do. It's almost like a prayer or a meditation for me during my run to say thank you and think about all the parts of my body that are moving that feel healthy. It's a whole thing. Don't want to get too woo-woo with it, but it brings me joy. Came back, recording the podcast now, talking about it, feeling much more joyful, much more centered, much more able now to talk to or continue to talk to the developers, the site manager, all these different people with a renewed sense of joy and lightness, which makes it easier for us all, I'm sure, so that I don't black out on them, as I said earlier, makes it easier for us all, I'm sure, to get through this thing and to manage it together. So wanted to share that with you so that anything that you're facing in your life, whatever it is, like I said, tries to throw you off track, something that you come up against in your career, in your business. Certainly there are obstacles, people who might stand in your way, whether they intend to or not. Do not let anything hack your happiness. You have control of this. You control your mood. Your thoughts affect your mood. So try to get positive things into your mind. Be grateful. Focus on gratitude. Keep it all in perspective, figure out how to get creative, remain resilient, and focus on joy. And as always, I appreciate you being here. You can go to supportissexypodcast.com. If it's not up when you hear this, it will be up very soon. I'm hoping at least this weekend. We're going to keep that in mind. Hold that energy for me. Keep it positive. But go to supportissexypodcast.com to see past episodes. You can also find Support is Sexy on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud. Be sure to check us out there as well. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If not on my website, I will definitely be here. All right. So thank you as always for listening. And now you know what to do. Go out there and create something sexy. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.